Just hip hop, not talking about just music, because we already know music. Drake is gonna be pop. He gonna be in other genres. Did Kendrick do Drake worse than what 50 did to Ja Rule? Just hip hop. I'm not talking about house pop and R&B.
Yeah,
I'm talking about strictly
like
hip hop.
I do, because I feel like even with Ja Rule he stopped because he had a lot of legal situation going on, and even after the beef, he had hit records.
He had New York.
Yeah, he had New York. He had Wonderful, the record with him, R. Kelly, and Ashanti.
Yeah.
I feel like, and there was still some kind of respect for Ja Rule. I feel like you don't do that and still go platinum multiple times after that. If it was like that, I just feel like 50 Cent was just a bigger artist at that point.
Yeah, way bigger artist. Yeah. And it was a wave.
I feel like for Drake and how it looks, even though I understand what he's trying to do, the look and the timing is horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Because basically what it looks like with the defamation in the petition, it looks like as if Drake is like, we playing the dozens and you like, nigga, I'm about to tell the teacher. It's like, nigga, we were playing the same game.
So I got a question. With him doing that, all the street shit he was talking on latest songs is out the window now.
Yeah.
Because now we're not gonna believe definitely didn't believe you beginning, but now we definitely don't believe you now.
Yeah.
Because all this no face and mob ties and all this other stuff he was singing on songs, that's out the window because you got courts involved.
Yeah, it looks like you sued because you lost a battle.
You lost the battle. That's why I said the timing. What you're doing, if it's a renegotiation, all right, cool. That's fine. You might be worth than what you are, but at the same time, when you put out, oh, well, shit, they use my money, they're gonna use for me to put towards not like us.
But
like,
see, here's
come
the
on,
thing,
man.
though, Akil. This is a different fight now. Like, what's funny is Kendrick was fighting a fight that it just so happened that all of it clashed together, if that makes sense. Drake is fighting a different fight, and we're going to see exactly what that fight is, or if it's the fight that I think that it is, by how he handles the situation. Because the petition is mainly to find out what I need to sue about.
Yeah.
But also, the issue with that is the fact that a lot of the things that he's suing about, he's benefited from. To be honest with you, 90 to 100% of the people who sign to record labels have benefited from the same exact things. So these are not things that's like, it's not far-fetched at all.
Right.
We know how bots and things of that nature. 90% of the artists in the music industry right now use bots. It's a part of the industry. I've used bots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not something it's not far-fetched. The issue is, all right, what are you doing this for? Because the positive that can come into play with all of this is, if Universal or all of, okay, let's cut to the chase. If Universal is found guilty for what they're doing as far as from a payola standpoint, what that does is it exposes the entire industry to where now we have to rebuild. You tore it down for it to build up, which is an amazing thing because you got the record labels control the majority of the share. The majority of the share within the music industry. And when I say that, I'm saying, okay, the listening share. The majority of them are listening to Drake, Taylor Swift, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
If that happens and those tactics are no longer being used, now the independent artist begins to be able to have a space to where they can grow.
Yeah.
So now it's an open market. It's free. It's free enterprise at that point.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of it all. But if he settles, it continues. So now at that point, the shit that he's saying is if, hey, I'm here tubbing.
Right.
I'm trying to free all the artists.
Yeah.
It's nothing void because you just took a check, and we still in the same boat that we've been in for the past forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's really what it is. It's like, and as I said, the timing of it. I'm not. My thing is, it's okay if you want to renegotiate.
But But here's the thing though. If let's say for instance he did it from a standpoint of, all right, let me kill some of this noise. He actually added on to it because Not Like Us is up 400%.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, what was your purpose of doing all of this? If your purpose is from a renegotiating standpoint to where it's beneficial to you, cool. But the thing is, the way the media is making it sound as if you're doing something from a civil standpoint that will help others. Like you're sacrificing yourself so others can win. We gonna see.
Yeah.
We're going to see very, very soon. This is if he goes through with it the right way, this will be the most important moment in music history. And I'm not just talking from a hip hop standpoint. I'm speaking from a music business industry standpoint. This will be huge because now the power is not in one place. Now it's an even playing field to an extent.
So was this the red button he was talking about?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a red button towards Kendrick. It was a red button towards the music
That's what I'm saying.
industry.
It's two different fights. It's two different fights. And that's what the main reason why I say even when it comes to Kendrick, now it's your turn. Now the question is, what are you going to do? That's the most important moment, in my opinion, for a Kendrick. What are you going to do now? Are you going to set it straight? Because now you have the power. You're the king. You have the power to control everything. Because now all the conscious artists are starting to come back into fold, which I've been saying for years. I knew that consciousness was going to come back.
Yeah.
But how it was going to come back, no one knew. Because right now, that's what we need. What is going to happen?
Yeah.
Because all this shit is a revolving door. We've been here before, whether you know it or not. We just haven't been in a situation to where the music industry is being exposed. That's the most important part of all of this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck the beef. The beef is over. It was gonna happen regardless. But at the same time, Drake is so important within all of this because he controls so much of the market share. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna, if we being completely honest, are you gonna sell everybody out for a check? Or are you gonna stand on business and expose this whole game and make it an even playing field? And not even it won't ever be an even playing field, but it won't be as fucked up as it is now. Yeah. Because all of these things that he's saying, he's used from the payola, from the bots, all of these things. What are you gonna do? Yeah. We about to see some shit, and if you give a fuck about music, pay attention. If you don't, enjoy the ride.
Right. That's really what it is at this point. Because now with everything about to happen, it's like shit. We might be thinking Drake later. Remember that album Thank Me Later? We might be like, shit.
To be honest, if he plays his cards the right way, hey, you gotta give him his just due. The only thing I would say is everything makes sense. If he's doing what I think he's doing, from the 100 gigs to posting on Instagram, it all makes sense now.
He wants to get out that deal.
Well, it's not only that. He has to gauge exactly what the numbers do. What's real and what's fake.
Right.
You can't fake certain shit.
Yeah.
So if I do certain shit and people come, it A, gives me leverage from a renegotiating standpoint, and then B, you can't tell me what I can and can't do because I'm watching it. I'm looking at it live.
Exactly. It's
collecting data. It's gaining all the information that I need to go forward. It all makes sense now. All of this shit makes so much sense now.
So are we at the conclusion now with what Drake did, or we're saying it's more like, okay, so if we, on the percentage wise, what Drake did, or we're saying at this point now that we see where he's coming from more so than like, Drake, you acting like a Karen. Which side are we leaning on more at this point? Is it 55-45?
No, I see what he's saying.
Yeah.
I see what he's saying.
Just the timing of it.
I feel like the timing of it just fucked up, but I feel like for the greater good, if he's that's what I'm saying. We won't know until later on. Are you thinking about the greater good, or are you just thinking on some Karen shit?
That you lost the battle.
Exactly.
Which one is it?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I'm leaning more toward the greater good because I feel like he comes from the people that back him come from an independent standpoint. So they understand the tricks of the trade of what's going on.
Here's what I'm lost at though, because when my thing I'm lost at is that you went out and said that they literally, your own label, literally try to say that they artificially inflated the song. Basically what you're saying is that the song isn't what it is, which it clearly is.
Well, it benefits UMG because it's renegotiation time.
Yeah, it is.
So with renegotiation, you don't want to pay any more than what you already paid. The man's got a $400 million deal.
Yeah.
You think they want to pay $600? And on top of that, you're trying to go independent.
Yeah.
You control the majority share of the music industry. Larry Jackson said this man, his catalog is worth more than the 70s, 80s, and 90s put together.
Including Michael?
Yes.
Oh, we talking about Drake's catalog?
Yes.
His catalog is worth more than that.
Yes. But the thing is, UMG created that.
Right.
With the things that he's suing them for.
The music industry is.
So if you leave, here's the thing. If you leave, because 9 times out of 10, I believe that Drake is trying to leave with his shit. If you leave, you take the majority of the share of the music industry, so UMG doesn't have the leverage that they usually have.
They ain't gonna like that.
Exactly.
That we know, nigga. We seen how shit ends with that. I'm not gonna say nothing, nigga. But we know, how that shit ends.
So that's why I keep saying it's a game within the game, because Kendrick is fighting a different fight than Drake is fighting.
Kendrick wants to be the top of hip hop.
No, Kendrick wants to change the narrative of what hip hop is.
Yeah.
Drake don't give a fuck about hip hop.
Right.
Drake is thinking more from an ownership standpoint, which is cool. Yeah. I agree with that, but don't think for a second that you still a nigga.
Yeah.
You still a nigga.
/ Jew.
They don't look at that. They looking at you being a nigga. You think we about to let, what did Cal McNair say? Let the prisoners run the yard?
Yeah, run the yard, yeah.
No. This is a bigger game. And I feel like all independent artists need to be paying attention to what's going on for the next year or two. Because it's gonna get, if he gives a fuck, he not gonna settle for what they're gonna try to pay. Because at this point, I give you $1 billion or whatever you asking for.
Yeah.
To stay. For us to continue to own your catalog. Because we're not gonna give you ownership for this shit.
But remember when I asked you that question this week, I said, we're talking about the mole. Mm-hmm. Who is the true mole in this whole thing? And I said Lucien Grange.
Yeah.
I mean, you kept saying SZA.
Yeah. I feel like
it could be both,
of them.
but I'm like, man, now that everything's playing out, it might be Lucien.
I feel like both of them, but then at the same time, with me looking at it like that, it's gonna be interesting, bro.
It is.
Because then at that point, anybody could look at Kendrick differently.
In which way?
In a way of, are you playing industry games as well? Which I know that he's not, but the average person wouldn't look at it in that standpoint.
Yeah.
He has his own mission that he's on. It's not the same, but the average person wouldn't look at it like academics type of motherfucker wouldn't look at it like that. They would look at it as you're anti-industry, but you're playing this role that is like, no, this is different. This is not that. That's why I keep saying, and that's another thing, bro. Please, man, enjoy the music. Just enjoy the music, bro. The beef was the beef. Yeah. You can like both. I love Drake's music. Well, his past music.
I like his past music, yeah, for sure.
But you can like
Previews.
both. Yeah, we can't. Is it good? If is it bad? That's all you need to think about. Fuck all that other shit that y'all talking about, bro. Cause a lot of shit y'all talking about don't make sense at all. Like, yeah. Enjoy the music.
So you can do at this point.
It's about to get real though. It's about to get real, and I'm here for it. Because if you're an independent artist, man, this is showtime. Let's just keep doing what you're doing, but just pay attention. Because if Drake does what he's supposed to do, the right thing, we're going to have a whole new ball game. If he don't, it's the same shit.
Basically.
It's the same shit. And that's going to look bad on him, in my opinion.
It's going to be interesting.